What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. As we jump into our Indie Comics weekend, we are jumping into King Spawn, issue number 9. There has been a lot going on with Spawn. The God Throne is close to completion, and the Exodus Foundation and their partner, which is the Court of Priests. Everything they have planned for Spawn is about to come to fruition. After his last confrontation with the Court of Priests, we had the one-winged angel, Azrael, who told Spawn to go talk to Gaia, to ask Gaia about Wanda, that he might not like what he hears. And so, postponing his battle with the Court of Priests, he gets an invitation from Gaia, and he heads off into the green. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we have Spawn that has made his way into the green. He has taken that invitation because after what Black Azrael had told him, he finds himself very curious about this cryptic message. Now he wonders, how is this all connected to the Court of Priests? A group that he wasn't able to stop. He knows that he can't go directly at the entire court, which means he'll have to devise a new plan to fight them. But first, he needs to figure out how they are somehow using Wanda, because that is all that matters to him. And while Terry told him that Spawn was really letting this get personal, of course it is personal, because vengeance is always personal. This is where Spawn sees standing before him is the Heap, is the Oracle, and it is the Kingslayer. Another little side note that when he is in the green, it siphons off his power. The power of being Spawn slowly being taken from him. He'll have to be very smart and strategic about what he does. The Heap letting him know that he is intruding, but Spawn didn't ask to come here. Someone wanted him here and he wants to know why. It doesn't take long for the Heap to come in on him, with the Oracle and the Heap both attacking him. Now this isn't the first time that Spawn has been to the green. At one time, they had been allies, but now he is sensing that the green in all of this, it seems to be all connected to the sigil, to Black Azrael, to the child known as Simon. As we see Spawn blast through the stomach of the Heap, he is demanding to know where is Gaia. He grabs hold of the Oracle, not in an intention to kill her, but just to assert his dominance, to let her know that he is control here, demanding to know where Gaia is. That is when Gaia speaks, letting Spawn know that she has been watching, telling him to speak what he has to say. Spawn is here to learn more about Wanda, about her soul. This is when Gaia says that she knows about Wanda, she knows about everything, and that they are hiding everything. All the pieces of Earth that these humans haven't already contaminated. They were hiding the souls of children that Hellspawns couldn't save. She is hiding a better world, one that will shine through when the wars with heaven and hell have played themselves out. A war that any of them could have prevented if they chose, but their egos not letting them stop. That hubris has eaten many a god. That Spawn could have been a king, but his nature is far too cruel to hold that role, reminding Spawn of their history, how Spawn came years ago and the Green had taken his powers to teach him some humility, going on to say that all these individuals, Black Azrael, Medieval Spawn, she indulged all of them, knowing that however distasteful it may be, they are part of the future, one where Spawn finally learns how to act, how to become the rightful king, where all wars end, allowing Earth to grow once more. Black Azrael wants him to embrace this future, and so does Gaia, with nature being the last faction in the fray, needing to rid Spawn of his cruel soul. This is when she tells the Kingslayer to attack. A giant blast coming from the Kingslayer's sword, weakening Spawn even further. Al turns and he defends himself. Striking the Kingslayer, it reveals it to be the young boy, or once was a young boy. Magically, that boy who died in a planned explosion, he is somehow aged. He is no longer just a child. Here in this place, he is just another victim of an army that turns children into soldiers. Whether it be Palms 137, the Exodus Foundation, Gaia, and her green, they are all guilty of this, convincing children's souls that they have a purpose, that they are special somehow, that they are knights in a fairy tale. And someone like Spawn, they are the dragon. Al knows that these kids are just victims, just like he was, with Spawn saying that this place has turned them all insane. We see the Kingslayer attack, drawing blood from Spawn. He tries to let Simon know that they are using him, but Simon believes that he is lying. This is where we see Spawn just lay a great kick down on our young knight. Spawn letting him know that he will beat him senseless if that is what it takes. But he tries to let them know that they are using him, that he would rather not hurt him. He wants to hurt them. All he is asking is the boy to step out of the way, asking Gaia if this is her big plan, to make him fight a child, saying that if he had his powers, and that is when he is granted his powers back. Gaia saying that if you're gonna do something, then show me what you would do. With his powers returned, this is where Spawn hits the heap and the oracle, telling Simon to get up and run as far as he can to protect himself, and later on Spawn will find him. But this is where we see Gaia take the soul of not only the Kingslayer, but also the heap and oracle. With a mere move of her arm, she absorbs them. And this is where Gaia says that she has to show him something. Azrael came here years ago to deliver a body, one he claimed was too important to be left alone in heaven. This is where Wanda's body is revealed from underneath the snow. Gaia going on to say that she is not Spawn's. She and her rights belong to Azrael. That is because he is the one that brought her to the green. But there is a way to change this. As king, he could raise heaven's souls from the dead. Azrael had promised Gaia that if that happened, Spawn and all of his kind, they would leave Earth forever. This would allow Earth to return back to its green state, telling him to lose his anger, become king, reunite with your wife, or Gaia will turn her into dust. And so with this ultimatum now before Spawn, he had wondered a million times since her death that if he could get all of this power, maybe one day he could find a way to bring her back. But now facing this dilemma, how can he ever bring her back? How can he ever complete this task? Because how can Al Simmons, this vengeful hellspawn, ever lose his anger? And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This is quite an interesting turn of events. We are learning that Spawn could pretty much get anything he wants, everything that he has ever wanted, to include Wanda back if he simply sat on the throne. The Court of Priests, Black Azrael, even Gaia are telling him that this is what he has to do. It is what he needs to do. But Spawn has been on a path of death and destruction, a path of vengeance for so very long. Can he let go of his anger? Can he let go of this need for vengeance? This lust to do damage to those that have hurt him and Wanda? Can he put all of this to the side? Can he sit upon that throne? Can he become king? Is Wanda enough to do this? Is the promise of her return enough for Spawn to finally let down his anger, to let go of his vengeance, and become the king that they all want him to be? And if he does become king, what does this mean for everything else? Is this just some elaborate ploy to trick Spawn? Is Spawn just being used as a puppet in the overall scheme of Black Azrael? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with King Spawn, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having 5 different tiers. From $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do any of this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.